Hello, Sister Blanchard. My name is Diane Hughes, and as the career profile that I chose this week was speaking to a friend of mine, her name is Lucy Stevens, and she has a master's degree in sociology. She worked for LDS Social Services as a counselor for 8 years, and then for about 3 years she went into the private sector and had her own clients and worked on her own. Currently, she is now not practicing as much as she used to, unless her clients want to have, her former clients want to have more counseling time with her, and she'll meet with them then. The organization that she worked through, like I said, was LDS Social Services here in Renton, Washington, and they have about 10 therapists that they have, maybe a few, depends on the time at the time with how many they have, and they have four other people that are full-time, 2 directors that work with adoptions, and the other main director of the agency, and then a secretary that they have there in the office. Lucy was telling me that she, while she worked with LDS Social Services, they worked, she had her own office area where she could meet with have privacy, meet with her clients, and she was able to set her own hours. And though she was more of a contract person than full-time, she could have as many hours as she wanted, but was still considered part-time and not full-time. The benefits that she saw working with the agency were numerous. She said that with the agency, you're able to collaborate with each other. That if you had problems, or if you didn't know you're stuck in a situation with a family or a client, you could take the case to each other and not mention clients' names so that they keep that privacy law, but they were able to talk to each other and just kind of bounce ideas off of each other. And the nice thing about working with the agency is that they have a supervisor who is able to help them with things that maybe get too big for them and they just need some help with. She said that there's different resources that were there working with the agency instead of working in the private sector. The LDS agency is definitely family-oriented and family-friendly. They are about helping families and couples work through their difficulties. My friend Lucy, she said the typical stressors that she found for her was not taking people's problems home with her each day. She said as a counselor, you need to believe that they can carry their own football, which means that they are capable of handling things on their own. The goal is to help the clients be able to help themselves. As a counselor, you need to remember that you're helping clients find what is good for them and not to impose your thoughts and your will onto them. She said typical benefits through LDS Social Services that when you work as a contract person, you don't have any benefits. You don't have retirement. You don't have health benefits. You have to find those on your own, unless your spouse has those benefits, and then it's not a problem. But the 4 who are full-time employees, they do have benefits: health, retirement, and other benefits that come with working with an agency. She said that the common job tasks are, as you work with LDS Social Services, your primary job task is to counsel couples and families. If you work within the private sector, you have your own practice, so you become your own secretary, your own bill collector. You have others. You have to have other people as needed. She says you can always hire out, but depending on the amount of work that you have, you might want to keep it simple. The educational requirements that she had to have is a master's degree in counseling, and in order to administer medicine, you have to have a PhD. The starting salary range that she told me was that an agency can charge anything that they want. Usually, it's between $80 and $125 an hour. This is based on experience and degree. The agency may charge this, but the counselor sees only about $25 to $30 an hour. If you are in private sector, you can charge more, but if you have other employees, you have to pay them, and you have to worry about overhead. If you are a PhD, you can expect to charge about $120 an hour. And it depends on how many clients you have, and the average yearly income is about $40,000 with a master's degree. Working with an agency, you have legal protection. If there's a problem, you and the agency are protected. When you work in the private sector, you need to make sure you have malpractice insurance. If you work with LDS Social Services, you remember it is a church agency, and you are obligated to church protocol. Their information, you can go to lds.org, and they have in the Provident Living section of that website, you can find more information on LDS Social Services. Thank you.